accomplished actor, celebrated fashion muse, mother and wife. Sonam Kapoor-Ahuja is not just a red carpet scorcher, like we all call her, but someone who remains on point with her daily fashion look as well. Designer's dream come true, a photographer's delight. Welcome Sonam to Harper's Bazaar Luxury Experiences. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you for that very flattering description. Thank you. That's so sweet.
And I think it couldn't have been more appropriate. Sonam, pioneer of red carpet fashion, pioneer of kind of taking Bollywood into the fashion space, rather entrenching Bollywood into the fashion space so deeply. So we have a great chat together ahead.
Thank you.
Let me start with something very simple and get it out of the way because that's what everybody wants to hear first. Accomplished actor, mother, wife, and a fashion muse. What role do you enjoy the most today?
I'm a Gemini, so I think all of them work together very well.
Super. But how's the journey been with Vayu? I mean, it's a new role. You've got a beautiful baby there.
Well, honestly, I've always wanted to have a family because I've seen my parents have such a beautiful married life, and I had a brilliant childhood. And I always felt that was the epitome of happiness and fulfillment. And I never found the one in the Indian film industry, and I found one in Delhi.
Welcome back home, like they say.
And yeah, and my husband is amazing, and he's a true partner. He's progressive, and he's kind, and he's supportive in every way. And he thinks I'm the happiest when I work. And so he's he's at home right now with my baby when I'm here. So having a child is obviously the most amazing thing, but it is even more amazing when you have a partner who is equally supportive and takes as much responsibility as a mom has to.
Yeah, and I think we all see it all the time with between the three of you, great going there. Sonam, you have changed the red carpet game for Bollywood. We're seeing all your looks there. What has been your biggest influence in this?
Well, I think it has to be my mom and my aunt. My mom was a fashion designer. In fact, Tarun's here. I saw Tarun somewhere. I don't know where he is. And they all started together. My mom had a great brand called Amaya. And Tarun, Abu Sandeep, Gudda, all of them started together with my mom, and she used to model before that. And my Masi as well was a model, and she was Miss India many years ago. But more than being in the fashion world, they were very much into Indian textiles, culture. You know, they exposed us to art from a very young age. So it was just something that was there inherently there, which we saw every day in life. So
Of course, and we can see that. And, you know, in fact, very interesting that you mentioned your mom was very deep into crafts because we see you promote Indian designers and the craft and textiles a lot. Even if you're wearing a sharp Western silhouette.
This is Pratap. This is Rajesh Pratap.
We were just coming to that. Super.
He's one of my favorites. I think he's one of the genuine artists that we have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And his cuts are amazing.
Yeah.
So even when it's a sharp Western silhouette, there is an Indian designer who's doing it for you.
Yeah.
And there's an Indian touch which you bring things. Why are you so partial to Indian crafts over, I mean, even in the red carpet, if you see at Cannes, we've
Well,
seen
if I'm
you-
wearing Dolce Gabbana, then I'm wearing an Amrapali necklace.
necklace, yeah.
I always, I'm very India proud in a way where I feel like everything that we do in India is exported abroad, and we don't get the recognition for it, and slowly and steadily we are. Almost everything, any couture house in the world makes all their garments in India. I mean, they get the
Embroideries
embroidery
are
of the
all done
garments.
here.
Almost 90% of the stones in the world, gems are cut in India. A lot of the jewelry and a lot of the gems are bought from here and used abroad internationally in the designs. A lot of the
Yours
jewelry
an
of,
example of coming back
yes,
here.
and I think that's amazing. I think that the recognition is coming here. But we have such a rich culture of craft and heritage that we have, and we have such brilliant designers like Anamika Khanna, Sabyasachi, Pratap, Tarun, Abu Sandeep. I think, they are as good as Alexander McQueen or a Galliano, who I consider some of the best designers internationally as well. So, they're at par. So I'd like to promote Indian designers and especially young ones who are starting out as well. I think, we have so much to offer to the world. So whenever I get a chance on an international red carpet or a platform where I know there are international dignitaries coming, I'll always wear an Indian designer.
Super. We've lately seen a lot of red carpet appearances by our stars the world over, whether it's Khan, which of course was started by you, but the trend followed. I want to hear in your words, Sonam, what does a red carpet mean to an actor?
Usually it's for a film or for a brand, and you're representing yourself and your film or the brand that you endorse. And, that's it. But at the same time, you have an opportunity to dress up. And I'm a girl who loves dressing up. I love getting ready. I feel like, in that I'm very like Indian, where I like the, sola shringar that happens. Like I love the getting ready, combing my hair, putting makeup on, wearing the right perfume. I find it's magical and romantic, and there's something so beautiful about it. So I love doing that for the red carpet, and I love doing that for my daily life as well.
We can see that, like we said, even your daily fashion is right on point.
Thank you.
Sonam, you're a celebrated cultural ambassador to the West, and your global recognition in fashion essentially comes from associations and collaborations with brands like Dior or Burberry, and I think many more. And you've been gracing the front rows of all the fashion shows. Tell us a bit about India being there.
I'm so happy to see, Gaurav, who's here. I just saw him somewhere. And, other designers as such, getting international acclaim. Because like I said, we have that capacity. And it's so nice to see see us up there, because we deserve to be there. And I know we've always been a little, we have what we need in India, and it's nice to kind of travel and expose ourselves internationally as well. But I feel like the recognition we can get in India shouldn't be validated because the West is giving us that recognition and validation.
Great point, and I think that's exactly what we are overcoming now. I think we've come on our own, and the West is looking at us rather than us looking at them. Sonam, the fusion between films and fashion, nobody does it better than you. You have to tell us the secret behind that.
Well, there are two things in India which I think sell, and I think now 3 or 4, but the two things that do sell in India are cricket and film. And we have probably one of the largest film industries in the world. And I love fashion, but I really love film. That's my first love. I love acting. I love being in front of the camera. And I think all trends that start in films.
Absolutely.
And, films, any art is actually a reflection of what's going on in society. And sometimes, once in a while, there is art that can actually affect change in a way. And whether it's political, social, or even fashion, right? Like when we think of Audrey Hepburn, we immediately think of like Givenchy, and that collaboration was beautiful and amazing. Yes. And so in the same way, like, I don't know if anybody knows, but Anamika did my clothes for Delhi 6. It was Really, really simple and beautiful. There wasn't like the typical Anamika embroidery, but it was just simple kurtas and pajamas and things, because I was playing a girl from Chandni Chowk, who just wanted to be Indian Idol, a simple, lower middle class girl. But Anamika gave that like little bit of tinge of fashion without it overwhelming the character. And only an artist and a designer, true costume designer, can do that. She also did my clothes for Prem Ratan Dhan Payo. And I don't know if anybody knows, but Anamika does a lot of my clothes in films as well. So I have that collaboration and love with Anamika. And I know everybody knows her as this amazing fashion designer, but she's my friend and my collaborator when it comes to my films.
I'm coming back to your sister Ria.
Yeah.
I think this is, touch wood, one of the most undisputed sibling bonding. And she's also your stylist on many occasions.
So my sister's first a film producer who runs my father's company. And she's made such brilliant films like Aisha, Veeradi Wedding, and now Crew that's coming out. Thank you for coming as well. And she's my brilliant stylist who styles me.
That's right.
It's really simple. My sister growing up loved Barbie dolls and she loved dressing them up. And I just happened to be I think when she grew up, I was just a doll. I was just another doll that she could dress up. And she does it just for me and then one or two friends as a hobby. Yeah.
And do your sensibilities match a lot, or do you have different?
She is a little more. I'm a little more modest in the way I dress. I've always been. She likes it a little more sexier, so she kind of pushes me to be a little more oomphy. I like to be covered from head to toe. It's just the way I like to dress, not because of any reason. I'm just a mod. I love to wear Indian saris and clothes. So usually when I'm wearing Indian clothes, I dress myself. But yeah, she's the one who gives me a little extra sexiness, oomphiness.
Let's say that. So, of course, we've seen your style of sense. You say that you like it a little more subdued, while she likes to up the glam.
No,
portion.
I like it more modest. So I like to be a little more covered up. I'm always been like that.
So would you do one of those outlandish Met Gala looks also?
I think I've done those on the Indian red carpet. And that, I don't mind because I love playing characters and I feel like fashion sometimes becomes an armor for me. And I think for most women, fashion is an armor. It makes us feel stronger.
Empowered.
And we feel powerful in our heels and in our clothes and stuff, especially in such a patriarchal society like India.
It's important to
we
look
use our fashion and beauty as a weapon.
And I think it's working very well today.
Yeah.
Sonam, there have been many disasters on the red carpet world over on Cannes. I mean, we've seen many stars go wrong, but you have always got it right. Tell us about the team behind it.
I don't think there have been disasters. I think everybody looks beautiful. We have beautiful actors in our. I just feel like it's important to be yourself and not try to please anybody except for yourself. As soon as you are comfortable in your own skin and are only trying to be yourself, then nobody can tell you whether you're doing something wrong or right. I think it's just you just have to be comfortable.
Great.
Yeah.
So for all those who are attempting a red carpet look or a walk, tell us what goes behind it. What is the team like? We said, how many months and days and hours of endless work goes into that one perfect 5-minute walk?
Well, behind one is an Ellie Saab couture.
Okay, you can pick up any one of them.
So that's one of the first Alta Moda dresses that it's hand painted actually. That's Dolce & Gabbana, and it was one of their first Alta Moda. It was like I don't even know how many years ago, and that took around 6 months from conception to making. That's Vera Wang bridal. That's Ellie Saab couture. These were all. That's Ralph Russo couture. That's Tamara's outfit. That's again to I don't know. So it takes time. It's couture from the measurements to everything that I'm wearing. The first outfit that I wore on a red carpet, the first designer to ever dress me was Jean-Paul Gaultier. He was the kindest. He's been the kindest to me in terms of like nobody knew who I was. I was 21 years old and I was going to Cannes, and we emailed everybody, and he's the one who replied, and he took out an archival dress and gave it to me, and that was basically a week before I went on the red carpet.
Well, that's a moment to relish and cherish for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
For all those out there, Sonam has been in UK's 40 best dressed. She's been on every list in India's best dress, known internationally, chased by paparazzi for her looks, so much more coming away. Sonam, who do you consider, who is your, we've spoken about the inspiration. Who do you, name us 3 best dressed stars world over that you think always get it right?
I like Diane Keaton. I think she's amazing. I love, who else? I love Coco Chanel. Well, since we had the royal family here, I think I would say Maharani Gayatri Devi's mother, Cooch Behar, Princess of Cooch Behar. I think she was highly fashionable, and I thought she was beautiful, and obviously Maharani Gayatri Devi is amazing. And I would say Nutan with her saris was beautifully dressed. And I would say my mom and my aunt are incredibly fashionable. Like I knew about Issey Miyake and Comme des Garçons and what these Japanese designers were when I was like 8 or 9 years old because of my mom. And, Hunya Watanabe and all these designers. And at the same time, she would explain to me what kalamkari was, or what bandhani was, or what mukesh was, or what, badla, the difference between all these crafts was explained to me by my mother.
Do you still go to her for your fashion advice?
Yes.
All the time.
Yes, in fact, I just wore one of her vintage saris for a friend's wedding, and it was like a really, really old sari of hers, which is a Gujarati bandhani sari, which she bought like 35 years ago with a real zari border. And I wore her sari, and and it was like, went viral, and it was like one of her old saris. I had nothing else to wear, so I just took that out. The first thing she told me was, "I can't believe that blouse fits you." I was like,
it's a compliment to her.
I know. She's 5'3", actually. I'm 5'10". So when I'm a little over 5'10", actually. I like to say I'm 5'10". But when she and I are walking together, besides the fact that we have a similar face, it's very hard to tell we're mother and daughter.
Your father and brother are also very stylish men.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a role to play in your fashion?
I think I have a role to play in their fashion journey.
That's a good one. Are they going to be happy hearing that?
Yes, I think so.
So do you and Ria scramble to dress them up between both of you?
So Harsh is very Gen Z in the way he dresses.
He's a sneaker man.
So is my husband, right? Yes. Like he loves sneakers so much, he created a business out of it. But my brother loves he likes Amiri, and he likes all the like cool new brands. Like he loves YSL. He's like very Bombay in the way he dresses, in like ripped jeans. It's very like Bombay, LA,
cool.
That vibe with ripped shirts and denims and boots and like surfer stuff.
So that's absolutely contrary to what you are.
Absolutely.
You're very proper. Great. So tell us, you've been, like I said earlier, you've been associated with many luxury brands. Name 3 of your favorites? International, and we'll come back.
You want me to name international brands? Well, I would say Dior. In terms of, I love Dior. I think they're a brilliant brand. I love Chanel. And I love Phoebe Philo. I think she's one of my favorite designers. In fact, I have all her old Celine things, and I've like bought all the new, all her new things that she has. I like the row.
Hope she knows about it.
I'm sure. And then I love the row. I love Galliano. He's one of my favorite designers. And I love McQueen. I love Sarah Burton. I loved Alexander. I love Lee McQueen. There are so many cool designers in the UK that, I've had a chance to interact with who I think are brilliant. Like Roxanda and Erdem and Emilia Wickstead. I think they all are beautiful. These are the young designers that are there in the UK. Simone Rocha, who did a brilliant collab with Jean-Paul Gaultier right now. So there are such amazing designers. Right now, what Schiaparelli is doing is amazing. They're working with an American designer. I think it's great.
He's gone viral after the Met Gala. No?
Yeah, I think it's so brilliant. There are such brilliant designers everywhere.
Great. And coming back to India, there's a long list we know.
Well, I do. I mean, obviously, they're my friends, and I love Anamika Khanna. I think she's a genius. I love Abujani Sandeep Khosla. They're like my godfathers, and I think they're the best couture designers in the country. I love Sabyasachi. I love Pratap. I love, these are the designers I like wearing, and yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to do a quick 4-question rapid fire.
Okay, I hate rapid fire.
It's not a coffee with Karan one, so take it easy.
Okay.
Your go-to luxury product. What is that one thing you must have in luxury?
I think it's just a beautiful silk sari.
Super.
Yeah.
And your favorite heirloom piece?
My favorite, it's my nani gave me her wedding jewelry as my, just as a gift before she passed away. Like I inherited her wedding jewelry. And I wore her pearls on my wedding day. I was very close to my mom's mom, my grandmother, yeah.
One thing you have to get it right to make a fashion statement.
You have to be comfortable and you have to just be yourself.
Great. Your deepest fashion secret, what makes you perfect all the time?
I'm always, I don't care about what other people think. I only care about what I think about myself.
Amazing. And because we have all our friends from fashion here, Tarun's right there, Gaurav's there, we have all of fashion. Just which everybody wants to know, what's your take on Indian fashion going global and already gone global in such a big way?
I think we have amazing scope to kind of, push ourselves forward.
And a great repertoire.
Yeah, and I think we have that. What we need is kind of the right support system in terms of influx of money, and it's very expensive, to put up shows abroad, and you kind of need the right investment. So if the right people invest in the right brands and kind of encourage them in the right way, then I think.
Thank you so much. I think we are all already fashioned out, thanks to you. And
Thank you so much.
You've already revolutionized fashion from Bollywood. Carry on the flag, and we are going to see you on many more red carpets now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Sonam.
you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.